Hello, guys, and welcome back to Kabaka Talks. Today, I want to talk about that people are not actually having fun anymore. Um, I went out with my friend last weekend. We went to a club. It's a club for like for the older people, like 30 plus. The club is actually called Dirty 30. So it's for the people who are 30 or older. And one thing that I noticed was that, you know, at first I thought that, when you go to, you know, um, to places where, like, there's a younger audience, that obviously, people are gonna be on their phones, they're gonna, they just like they won't like they're not really socializing. But I was actually shocked that it's it's almost like, even like older people, like people don't really go out nowadays to socialize and like have fun and talk and try to build new connections, maybe find a new date. It seems like nowadays, I don't know, it seems like everyone is so, everyone is thinking about their image. People are not really communicating. I don't know what's happening, and you go out, like you try to talk to a girl, and it's like, it's like it's almost like people, they come to have fun with their phones, and I think this is a big problem because back in the day, this is the way we met. We went out, you talked to someone you didn't know since before, and that's how you got to know someone. But now it's almost like people go out to just take pictures of themselves with their friends and maybe post it to show everyone else how much fun they're having, and they're not even having fun. That's the sad part about it. Like, everyone is just out there, you know just trying to show everyone that they're having fun, but they're not. you know because me, I'm 30 plus. I'm 32, and I still remember a time where, when we went out. This was like maybe 10, 12 years ago. Like, we went out, and we were socializing. We were having fun, we were talking, like we had a good time. Like, you didn't see any phone anywhere. Like, people use their phone to call if they have, if they have to get picked or something like that. But other than that, like, we were having fun. And I generally think that, this social media age have really, obviously, it made us, very, 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 very connected to each other, but we're also very disconnected in the terms of that, like, everyone is on their phone. Like, no one is really paying attention to anyone anymore. Like, everyone is so, like, kind of self-possessed. And it's a you know it, it's not a good thing. Because I think that, when you go out in the club, or you go out to a social gathering, like, you go there to meet people, socialize, have a good time, try to get to know new people. But when you show up and it's like you're only on your phone, it's like, why do you even came out from the first place? Why? It's like, for me, for my life, like, I do it as well. I do it, but I try to at least be aware that, okay, I came out from my house because I wanted to meet people. Even though I came with my friend, I also came with my friend because I wanted us to have a good time. you know but like, even the older people, like the old generation, like, I see, even like, even like 50 plus, people, they're also like on their phones. They're not really, having conversation anymore. So I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's happening. And it seems like it's getting like worse and worse, for each day. And I think this is it's not a good thing, because, like, why would you even leave home if you're just gonna go out to, like, hang out with your phone, and then take some pictures and post them on, whatever social media you're having, for people to see that you're having so much fun. And also, like, you guys have probably noticed like people who post like when they go to a concert or something, like they could go to, I don't know, like Chris Brown concert, and instead of actually enjoying the moment of being in the concert, like they paid a lot of money to be there, they're just filming, like they're filming, like they're filming the concert for everyone else who didn't pay to see. It's crazy, like I don't know what's happening in society right now, but it seems the telephone have hijacked our brains, like people like we're not communicating anymore, and this is a huge issue. And I'm just here to say that, I'm guilty as well, but I at least I try to be aware, like I try to talk to my friends, and I'll tell them, I was like, you know I'm here to hang out with you and not with your phone, you know so please guys, like try to be aware of this, because you know people actually appreciate when you take time and listen to what what they gotta say. When you put down your phone and like give them your undivided attention. Like people actually appreciate that. Like don't forget, like we still social creatures, like we still animals. Don't let this phone like get in the way of you actually you know having a good time with your friends, or like with your potential friends. And people complain that, oh, it's so hard for me to meet new people, but it's like it's very hard to meet new people if you never look up from your phone. It's very hard. Or like if you're having a conversation with someone, and this person is taking their phone like every 10 seconds. You get distracted, like you can't even have like deep meaningful conversations anymore with people. And it's like I don't know how this trend is gonna change. Like you go to a club where where is it where is it's supposed to be like an older population of people, and even there, like they're on their phones, you know and I just think it's sad. Like me as a person, like I am a very social guy. When I grew up, like me and my friends, like we used to have like this, you know I mean, do you remember guys, when you used to, like you could go to the like you could take your bike, and then you went out, you looked for your friends, you just you know you was biking around, in the neighborhood, just looking for your friends, and then you end up having like a group of friends. Sat somewhere in some park, and you just like sat there for like hours, just talking, laughing, just having a good time, and just enjoying the life. Now it's almost like it's when you say these things, it's almost like it's like people think you're like you're crazy, but yet everyone, like, I mean, the older people, like they all, like we all remember a time when when there was no like smartphones, like you could have a good, like a genuine conversation, you could have laugh, you could actually like connect to people. But now it's almost like before I have a conversation with you, let me just take my phone. Maybe something more important happened on my phone that you're about to tell me. And I think it's so unfortunate. I think that we are losing more and more of this human touch. And the thing is, the this social part, it's such a big part of being a human being. And also, like, also the thing, like the thing was not actually trying to connect and being social with people. The thing is that if you don't do it, you actually, I mean, you become, like you became more less sociable. So it's like you get you get more anxiety being around people because you don't know how to communicate. So it's actually a muscle that you need to work out. And it takes time to actually build up this social muscle, so to say. Yeah, so please guys, like when you go to meet your people, your friends, like please put down the phone, or at least put it on don't disturb mode, for that time when you're gonna meet your friends, because people will start to appreciate, like people will start to appreciate, because someone has to start, you know, someone have to start, because the thing is that you know, in this life we only here once. So, we have to, we have to care about each other. We can't just be on our phones. It's not a good thing. Yeah, yeah, that's enough about that rant. But please, like, put down the phone and try to communicate with your friends and, people around you more, because at the end of the day, people are gonna still be around, but your phone, it'll it won't always be there. I mean, it could be, but at the end of the day, it's a machine, you know. So that's it. Um, Thank you for watching. If you like this, consider subscribing, and I'll see you in the next video.